Thomas Lowe, and I'm a landscape designer in Atlanta, Georgia. Today I'll be talking about how to install a rain barrel. Whether you make your own rain barrel or buy one that's already made, two very important things to do to start off with is you'll need to level your surface. And you'll want to go in, tamp the ground, and then think about whether or not you want to use poured concrete to elevate the rain barrel or to use prefabricated concrete blocks, or in this case deck blocks as used on this design here. The second thing that you want to do is many times people will measure the rain barrel and then cut their gutter to fit the flex spout on, and then they'll realize that they forgot to include the prefabricated blocks below. So I recommend to measure your blocks and also measure your rain barrel. And this is true whether you do your own homemade rain barrel or one that's already purchased. And also when you're adjusting the height of the rain barrel, whether it's your homemade or the one that's already pre-made, always remember that the pail that you put that goes along the bottom, you want to adjust the height accordingly to your pail, the right size pail. So measure your pail, measure the blocks so that they both sort of are the same size or pretty close. Then measure your rain barrel. Then go in with a hacksaw, which is a popular saw, easy to find, to cut this aluminum gutter. Most gutters are aluminum, so you would need to use a hacksaw to cut the gutter at the right size. So once you've got the gutter cut at the right size, I would recommend using a flex spout. This flex spout is flexible. It accordions in or out. It twists in either direction. This is easy to find in home centers. So this flex spout goes through this lid. In this homemade rain barrel, I've actually cut out part of the lid. So, of course, when it rains, the water goes through this flex spout into the rain barrel. This rain barrel happens to be about 4 or 5 years old, and it still works very well. Since then, I've seen where on this particular garbage can where people have cut out this circle, used a piece of wire mesh to go over the hole, and actually just put this flex spout right on top of the wire mesh so that it catches any debris so it doesn't get in the rain barrel. Also, what you may want to consider as well as if you have a faucet attached to the bottom of your rain barrel, then obviously you want it to be able to fit the right pail underneath. What you can do is just take the pail and put here and then turn this faucet on or off. And then the water obviously goes in here and you can take the water and water it onto your flowers. One other thing to consider, whether it's a rain barrel that you've already purchased that's made or you're making your own rain barrel, is an overflow spout. Some rain barrels have these, some don't. This happens to be a threaded piece, and what I did was I took a paddle bit and I drilled a hole through to put this piece on. Some of the ones that you purchase already have those with it. You can take a soaker hose or a garden hose and twist onto the end so that as this water is filling up in a heavy rainstorm, you're directing where the overflow goes. And then you can direct the soaker hose or the garden hose to any other dry areas in your garden. You can extend the hose out 50 feet, 75 feet from this rain barrel, and that way you can actually capture a lot of the overflowed water that's on there. Also, you can buy end pieces, little plastic end pieces to screw on this to actually plug this up if you didn't want the water going out, and then actually go back and take a garden hose or a soaker hose and twist onto the end of your spigot and actually leave the spigot on during a rainstorm, and then you can direct the water to other drier parts of your garden. And then therefore, you may have a lot more water building up faster than going out, so you're actually still able to capture some water. So your overflow valve can direct water where it needs to go or keep it just from running out. Also, in this design, there's the faucet where you can just use a pail to water, or you can use a soaker hose or a garden hose. And some people, they may not want to use any kind of faucet at all. They can just dip the water right out of the top. But if you do that, still make sure that it's level. One tip too, if you're not going to use any pails or garden hoses to water, is by having some type of faucet here at the bottom, you can always drain it with ease without having to take it away from the gutter and tipping everything over. A soaker hose is a garden hose that actually has holes in it, so it slowly percolates water around your plants. So that's what a soaker hose is, in case earlier you weren't quite sure. I hope this video has been some help for you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.